Hello and welcome to our new adventure in Bloomfield, Canada. I think we got to turn right here. We just got off the train up there past that white house. There's a train near the cranes up there on the side. We sold everything we had and this is what we got. We got this farm has been for sale for a long time. There's a couple of fields. It looks like this is a grass field here. Got some wheat over here. It looks pretty weedy. Weedy, not wheaty. No fertilization. Awesome. There is a water standpoint just here. There was 3 tractors and a ton of equipment. We done them a deal without some of that stuff, so we've still got a fertilizer spreader, a seeder, some rollers, a cultivator, I think, a couple of tractors, and a truck. I think that's what we've got left. Everything else we got them to sell. So that's the old truck. Just looking a bit used but not abused. Got ourselves a cultivator, lime spreader, fertilizer spreader, which is good. We've got the house there. We'll have a look in a minute. We've got a silo, it looks like here. Probably empty. Yep. What have we got up here? Chickens? No chickens. But yep, we got a chicken shed there. We got some rollers off to the side. What do we got here? A case, Maxim CVX. We got a John Deere mower. John Deere 4755. Logistics tipper trailer, which can be used. I think there's gates on the back of this one from what yep. There's gates and ramps that come out of that. Where's our seeder? Oh, there it is. So yeah, we've got here field 2, which is the wheat field. Looks like we've got a harvester up here too. I didn't see that in the pictures. Field 4, which is canola. Once again, no fertilizer. At least there's no weeds, I guess. Field 1 looks bare. And we got ourselves a New Holland CH 7.7. So to me that looks like we should get that done and dusted, because it looks like someone's been happy to do it but just bailed. I don't know whose this is. Is it ours? It's ours. Almost full of diesel too. So looking at the equipment we got, we may need to update it sooner rather than later, because the size of these fields are rather big. Do we own that land? Nope, it's 130 grand, 340 grand. So that's something that we can venture into afterwards, maybe. Purchase some grass. Looks like there's a house there that we don't own. It's 2 grand. I don't think we need it. We've still got to suss out our other house, so it's looking pretty good. We spent everything we had. We got $22,000. There is some jobs available. When I was on the train coming in, I was speaking to one of the workers for the machine shop, and they do handle contracts in the area for harvesting and stuff, so we'll have to have a look at that. And this is our house. It looks pretty nice inside. Looks like we've got ducted air conditioning, some ceiling fans. That's cool. Maybe we could rent one of these rooms out, because they've got different door access. Playing Space Invaders. Look at this, these rooms are joined, I think. Can you open this one? Nope. Maybe because these 2 rooms have their own bathroom and wardrobe, we could probably Airbnb these things out. It looks like there's someone already living in here. There's still shoes and jackets. I'm not sure. I only need 1 room. They can have the other. They've got a piano, TV, games machine, pretty decent kitchen. Well, we're sorted. We've got a coffee machine. That's all we need. We are sorted. Alright, so I think what we might do now, we've checked everything out. We might jump into this harvester and get this field sorted out. We'll see you back up there. Alright. Let's get this thing lined up. Opened up. And yeah, it would definitely be good to clear these trees out. If we cleared them out, we could bring it right across. The money we'd make from that wouldn't offset the cost of buying it, but we could do we can make a fair bit of money off there. If those, depending on these trees, we'll have to have a look. If they're those decorative ones, maybe those ones can be mulched, and wood chips can be sold. We'll have to have a look and see if wood chips will be lined up straight. Hard to tell on this tree row. So what do we get for wood chips? Oh, not too bad. There's a BGA on the map too, which is good. We can do some grass and silage if need be. Not too sure how much we're going to make from this. Well, that's worth a pretty decent price. Hopefully we can get that done before it goes down too much. Even the wheat's not too bad. But yeah, the trees in there look pretty generic. There's some pine in there which should make some decent cash. We'll have to see if there's a sawmill on the map. Sure, it's going to be a whole learning curve for us. Sorry to keep jumping back and forward. We're just seeing what's going on. There is a carpentry building and a sawmill, so we wouldn't take much to make our money back from that land if we purchased it. Between turning it into more arable land as well and clearing out the trees, I think we'd make a pretty little penny. But that's something I'm not too worried about right now. I think we'll just work on getting this done. Might run a bit of a time lapse, and we'll catch you back here when it's finished, or not finished, but when we get closer, and we can work out what we're going to put in here next, because I would like to try and turn these fields over as soon as possible. Maybe even throw a worker in that other field, throw some lime down, some seed, and get that up and running as straight as we can, because, you know, coming into winter, we're going to have to be careful what we plant, and we've got to get it done as soon as we can to get this cash flowing. So might jump in a bit of a time lapse, and we'll see you when we're further through it. Hello and welcome back again. I figured while we're waiting for that we might throw some lime down here quickly, just for the fact that we're going to have to do that field over there shortly. So while we got some free lime in here before it gets wet or damaged, we may as well utilize it. This thing's covering nearly the whole field. I reckon yeah. Crazy. What a ripper. Need to get another one so we can have one for fertilizer, one for lime. Seems to hammer through it though, like it is throwing a fair distance. What a corker. I wonder if we should just head straight out there and lime that one now. And catch up pretty fast, huh? A little bit of a squirt along here. Yeah, that's chewing a lot. I should have slowed. I should have turned the width down. Oopsies. I think there was a lime production little doohickey where you can buy it at the train station. There you go, lime station. Debris crusher for rocks, grain silo. Let's have a look there for a minute. Let's zoom across here. Can we purchase this? Doesn't look like it. Can you buy the land that it's on? Nope. I'm just interested because, like, if we can't buy a grain silo or a grain mill, it's probably going to be worthwhile us having one. I think this setup's basically just for the train, right? You call the train, you unload into those tanks, it comes back, you can empty into the train. So yeah, that's nothing there for us. Dairy. Pretty decent sized map, I've got to say. Restaurant, bakery, cereal factory, biomass energy. That's a wood sell point. Doesn't look like you can purchase that. Carpentry building. Now, do I have to buy this land to purchase these, do we? Oh no, you can purchase it without buying the land, so. Grocery mart, fast food restaurant, grape processing. Johnson's Market, spinnery. BGA, that's probably $1 million, $1.5 million. Sawmill. Bit of a weird setup. Sell wood. 100 grand. So yeah, I mean, we got options for things, so that's the main thing. Some maps you can't buy that stuff and you got to put 2 times everything in the map and it just gets cluttered. I wouldn't mind getting in some chickens depending on what we're going to make from this. Sorry, just to double check in the menu again. Canola. Where are we getting the best price? Crawford Farms is close. Johnson's Farm. We might just do the Crawford Farms. Not really any data in there yet, but 21.90 seems as high as it's gone so far. But I think once we're finished, we'll just take it. We'll see if the train works and if the train sells properly. I'd prefer to do that on my own field and do it halfway through a contract and lose out everything. Yeah, other than that, I think we're going to be good to go. I was going to do some mowing down the front there, but for now I think we're just going to wait. We don't have anything to pick it up with. I don't really want to get loans unless we have to. But we do need to get this filled up. So let's see if the worker can get us around this map, because it is a little bit tight, a little bit funny-ish. So if we can, you know, send the worker to do things like fill up our lime and do deliveries. There's an animal dealer there. This biomethane gas station north. That field is huge. That looks like another farm. Where's the other one? There was another gas station, wasn't there? Oh yeah, right there. That's why it's owned. Biomethane, gas station, vehicle shop. Wicked. Right, he's on his way, so let's keep fingers crossed and see how far he gets. Sorry, sheep. Just to clear that up. We're full again. We might get, I don't know, maybe 30,000 litres. I wasn't expecting that much. If we get 30,000 litres, that's about $60,000 just off this field. So, when this field is properly fertilised and looked after, at this point of the year, it would be $120,000 or more. It doesn't look like it to me, but if we get 60 grand from this field, we're laughing. Probably buy ourselves a cheap baler. Is there anything in the used equipment that we need? I haven't looked. Well, that would be nice, but we don't need it right now. If that was more horsepower, I'd jump on it, but we don't need it. I don't really need that either. Unfortunately, there's some cool stuff there, but for once, it's stuff that we do not need. So if we can get another tank of that harvester, that's going to be close to 40,000 litres. Wow. How's that little dude doing? Might take over and try and get us down there. So it should be up here on the left, I think. Yep. Fenced off, like always. Zoom. How much is it going to be? I hope it's not too much, because we need lots. Oh, it's not that expensive. That's good. I think it's cheaper than buying it from the shop. Way cheaper. We have 5,000 litres. To buy that from the shop. Yeah, it's about $100 cheaper buying it from there than the shop. So, and if we do decide to get into logging, I have downloaded a mod called I think it's a log warehouse or log something. It allows us to use the log containers from Silver Run Forest on here. So if you put that production, I think it's about 20 grand. I'll just send the worker off up there. I know we can't really afford it right now, but I just want to have a look. Just so I can make a bit of a plan. Also now, from the last update, you can put in the mine shaft, the iron ore. And also one of the sawmills that does all of the stuff from Silver Run Forest now. So there's that option too. I am thinking about putting one of these in. Actually, no, it's not that one. It's this one. So we can make our own lime. Where is the... Where is it going? I can't remember what it's called. It's... Return a note. Actually, I think it's in the sell points. My bad. That's it there, the wood distributor. That's that one. It's actually only 3 grand. So that is a sell point for the containers of wood that you have if you have the platinum expansion. So that might be handy for us to start out with, because we won't need a trailer. I mean, we've got a lorry, but we won't need an expensive logging trailer. We could just put a 6-meter container on one of the $8,000 cheapy low loaders. So there's always those. There's lots of options now. Having those stuff available as mods and add-ons to the map's only going to make it more cool and more fun. Well, let's get back when this is done, and we'll see how much cash we make before we start making too many plans, because first we got to eat. And I would love, I mean, we don't need to get any feed for the chickens because we've got a whole big field of wheat over there, so I would love to get some chickens very soon, just to, you know, get the farm cranking. Well, there we go, that is it. Another 9,000 litres for the sale yard. Get that emptied out. I might send this beast over to the wheat field, because it is going to take a long time to do that one. Alright, that is done. Let's scoot this thing over here and get it started. Full speed ahead. While we're doing that, let's get this truck on a mission. Let's see how good our drivers are. Don't look too good at all by the look of that. Oh, he's trying. I didn't look how much we had, but it's going to be interesting. If the price is still around a couple of thousand. 22, 21. I'm happy with that. Got no choice really. Has to go. I think the first one from this we can just go straight over and dump into the chickens. It's not something that we really need to write about. I'm thinking we should pick up this straw. And normally I don't, I'll mulch it back in, but it's not worth a whole lot, but I think there's going to be a whole lot here, you know what I'm saying? That truck is going super slow. I just want to see if he gets caught up on anything on our farm, and then looks like he's going well. I say that now, he crashes into 7 trees. Alright, let's get this thing on the road. Ladder didn't go much bigger than like any other equipment, because like these roads, obviously they're country roads, they're just a little bit tiny. And it's not such a... The farm's in a pretty good spot. There was another one I was looking at we were going to purchase. But I'm like, nah, we'll just go with the original farm. It's been for sale for a long time. These little fields might be good for like greenhouses or animals or something, so we don't take up prime land. Oh. Yikes. Made it. You. Dude. Just doesn't care. Alright, before we dump, I mean we can dump it anyway so we can get it back out, but I just want to try and find where we call the train from. It's usually one of these boxes. There we go. Three and a half kilometers away. Oh, sorry buddy, that's what you get for cutting me off. If you went fast, you'd be in front. This looks like the point. Okay. No, it's not going to let us dump. dumps out super fast. That is awesome. Lucky we've got the gooseneck, because that is a tight turn. We made it without any carnage. How far is the train? 9 kilometers away. What the? Only 3 kilometers away a minute ago. Alright. We'll see you in a minute. Alright, the train is in town. Let's get to the car we need. Open the cover. Hopefully it's that one. Yep. Gotta remember the brakes on these things are not great. Canola, 37,000. So we should be looking at 70,000, 75,000. All right, let's go. Let's wind her up. Looks like it needs to be serviced. Flashing lights aren't working. Oh, that was fast. 81,000. You betcha. Wicked, wicked, wicked. That's going to come in extremely handy. I was expecting to finish the day with like 50 grand. But that's a win. It won't last long, but it's a win. That's what I was sort of hoping there was a decent harvester used for sale, because you get something a bit wider. But I mean we could always see if we can get a bigger header or a faster header. That could be an option as well. But then, you know, obviously it doesn't hold that much, so it's going to fill up super fast. We'll go and dump this off into the chickens. Might even buy a few now we got the cash. What about that? We got some money. Also, maybe look at a cheap forage wagon or a baler wrapper. I'm on console obviously, so I don't have lease to own, so it's sort of like you lease it or you buy it. That's about it. I don't like leasing stuff if I can get away with it, but I will if it means we can complete a job to help us get the cash. That was so fast. That's what she said. Alright, let's see what we can do here. We're going to want a couple of roosters. Let's just do 3. Start out with, keep them busy. I'll throw 120 in there. I think we can open up this back window for the hotter months. Pretty sure there was a switch there. There we go. Get some air in. And that should keep them happy. They can just roam free. They just have to be careful when the harvester comes around. Not to get in the way. Cool, cool. Alright, let's get the rest of this field done. Alright, we are on the last little bit. We've got this part here, and then we're just going to do another run along the back. And we're good to go. Been a big day, big month in game. 2 fields done. We made way more money than I was expecting off the crappy canola. So I'm actually thinking about putting canola back in there. And it's like, well, we get 80 grand. So it'd be nice to do it again, but properly fertilised and maintained to see what the difference would be. So I think that's a tomorrow job, is getting that canola in. Same size field, same machine, same everything, but just fertilised, limed, kept weeded, tidy, neat, you know. And then we'll see how much difference that makes. Might be a good thing for people to see. Same size field, same crop, same everything, you know what I mean? We've got that grass there, so I was looking at balers just before. There's a couple of cheap ones. There's a couple of expensive ones, but I was looking at the fast bale. It's 110 grand, but it bales and wraps. Or we can spend 40 grand on a baler, 12 grand on a baler, and then spend 20 to 50 grand on a wrapper. So it's going to be about the same regardless of which way you do it. Get this unloaded. You'll straight way past it. Not a race car, the brakes don't work that well. What do we get from the other field? 30 something thousand litres. This field looks a ton bigger, so I mean it's a different crop and it's in bad shape, so it's hard to say, but 35,000 litres from the other one maybe, because we got $80,000. You have to expect 45,000 litres from this field size. We will have a look in a second. We'll get this parked up out of the way. We have to get a header trailer for this too, or a bigger header, one of the two. Not even sure what this thing's worth to sell at the moment. 170 grand. 29 grand, so what was it, Superflex? That's only 40 grand for that header. 260 grand, so we're about 120 grand short. And it's only got 2.5 hours on it. Big difference. We might just throw this over here behind our shed. Keep it out of the way. Needs a bit of a wash. There you go, 45. Let's just call it 46,000 litres because there's a few little bits around the edge that we've missed. That's not too bad. I'm just thinking, do we sell this now? It's hard to tell because there's no history on pricing in the game yet for some reason. I had the same thing happen on Griffin. Was it Griffin or Backroads that we just come from? It just didn't show any history until about 6 months into the game. Once we'd run a cycle, sort of started to show pricing. Oh, that's full. 30,000. There's only about, it's about 30-40 grand sitting there right now, but I think we'll hang on to that for a minute. We're not in a rush for it today. This trailer is pretty good at dumps super fast. Oh, she's all gone before it even opens. See, I think you can actually, what's this? Press this. No, that's the door. You can lift the trailer up and down. Pretty sure one of these trailers you can actually open the back of it. That's the doors on the truck. But you could open the back of it, ramps would come down, because I think there's straps inside. I'm not sure. Might not be this one. There's a few trailers that look the same as this, but I thought it was a good trailer. You could load tractors in the back, you know. I use it for a little while in Silver Run. Put the telehandler in the back. Went and picked up the logs we needed, put the logs in. Telehandler back in, and off we went. I need to work out some better storage for this one because this shed's a bit tiny, so we might just leave it out. Saves the hassle. Alright, that's a pretty successful day though. 22,000 litres of food, they're up to 20% health. We've got all this grass we can start chopping out tomorrow. I wouldn't mind getting rid of some of these trees. Or just plant some a bit further back. But either way, we might go in the back door so we can leave our boots in the laundry. There we go, boots are off. Bed's all nice and tidy. That looks like a door. It doesn't open. A bit weird. Alright, well I'm going to have a bath with the grass. We will see you tomorrow in the next one. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please give us a like and maybe a sub if you're not already. And let us know in the comments what you think of the series and if there's anything you want us to do moving forward differently. Any contracts or buildings or businesses you'd think you'd add in, let us know. Thanks again. See you soon.